So today we're launching the Jubilee for Climate campaign, which is sort of drawing on the same idea. We have all the solutions, we can plant trees, we can do this kind of thing. It's not so hard. We just need to take ecology seriously, and we need to transform finance. And so we're going to start the Jubilee campaign with a bang. We're going to put a big banner on an undisclosed location and say, this is a moment we need to think about. There's a reason why we're doing it on Sankara Day, because it's so much to do with the global south. We can't tackle climate change focusing on UK emissions reductions alone. The UK actually has a huge amount of power all over the world because of the City of London, which is where we are now. And we actually could change things, but until we start dealing with the City of London, looking at the 2008 Green New Deal, looking at what they did in Occupy, it's also the 10th anniversary of Occupy London today, we need to transform finance. Otherwise it's all just blah, 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 as Greta said.
Good morning. We're here in the City of London in Paternoster Square, the financial epicenter of the country, and we're here to launch a campaign called Jubilee for Climate. And what Jubilee for Climate does, or our understanding, is that we cannot solve the climate and ecological crisis that we face at the moment without dealing with other issues such as debts, global south debts, and the unpayable loans that so burdens many countries of the global south. And our argument is that these loans, these debts have been historically produced, and they're produced, reproduced and maintained by the same system that has produced, reproduced and maintained the climate and ecological emergency that we face at the moment. So ultimately what we're saying is that we need to bring justice and environmental issues together, and that is why we're here for this campaign. And of course we've chosen this day, the 15th of October. It's a very special day for us. It's the anniversary of Thomas Sankara's assassination. He was the leader in Burkina Faso. He was assassinated in 1987, and he was the head of that country at the time. And what Thomas Sankara did was to call for debt cancellation, and he was an environmentalist, a feminist, and he did a lot of good things. So we're here really to we're launching this Jubilee for Climate campaign to honor his legacy.
Hi, my name's Rob Callender, and I'm on top of St Paul's Cathedral right now, where we've hung a giant banner, you can see it just in the corner there, declaring a Jubilee for Climate. Beneath me, you can see in that square is Paternoster Square. That's where the London Stock Exchange is. We've chosen to be here because we believe that we have the solutions to climate change already. And they're in a few places. Mostly they're in all of us. They're in collective action. So it's not a case of technological solutions, but it also is a case of the economy. It's a case of finance. It's in the City of London that 90% of publicly traded sub-Saharan African loans are traded. And it's in UK jurisdiction. What that means is if an African country is unable to pay its debts, and I say unable, no one wants to not pay their debts. If they can't pay their debts, they get sued in UK courts right here. So this is a really awful situation. But it's something that's been dealt with before with a Jubilee. In the year 2000, the Jubilee campaign cancelled $100 billion of debt to the 34 or 35 poorest countries at the time. Now, we need massive debt cancellations, not just for the poorest countries, but yes to them, also in our societies. We need to free people of the burden that means that they get stuck in a short-termist loop. Some countries, the poorest countries, you can get 15% interest on those loans. And that's incredible. It means that in the case of Mozambique, 80% of what they technically owe the UK financially is interest, which is completely unproductive. So we are strangling these countries, and we don't have to. So if you want to change the world, we need to get out on the streets and we need to start transforming the economy. And the way we do that is in the City of London. We need to cancel debts. We also need a citizens' assembly. We recommend replacing the House of Lords with a citizens' assembly. That way you put people on top of the policies that are made by the House of Commons. In that way, the people are there absolutely having a say and shaping these bills. Otherwise, it just doesn't go through that kind of democratic scrutiny. It's just not democratic at all. We need to put the people back in charge of their communities. We need to put the people back in charge of this country. And to add to that, the wealthy nations really could stop the climate crisis right now. They really could. We've got enough wealth, we've got enough know-how, we know how to do it, but it's political will. We need a spirit of Jubilee. We need a spirit of renewal, thinking that we could actually change the world. We can plant trees, we can change the way we live. And I want to leave this last message, a very simple message. You'll know when something is being done about climate change because you will be doing something different.